Gavin, or here, Gavin, do you believe in the afterlife?
I do not.
You don't?
No, I do not believe in the afterlife.
How do you believe everything, birds, flowers, trees, puppies, kittens, how do you think those things came about?
From like the first life, I think we just all evolved, I'm not like a scientist. That's why I'm here to learn. So, but I think that it all comes from like a scientific standpoint rather than from some entity out there.
So are you an atheist?
I would consider myself so.
So you believe in the scientific impossibility that nothing created everything?
If you tell me that nothing created anything, then I just don't know where God came from at that point, if you're asking me about that.
Well, the question is who created the black hole? Or that's another question.
No one has an answer for that one, really. So I think that, God is an explanation for that, so that some people can believe. And I perfectly think that that's okay. I think that people can stand by that. But me personally, I haven't seen any proof of that. So I'm just going to go along with how I feel.
Do you believe that do you believe everything that can be put in a test tube?
If it's been scientifically proven, then I don't have any choice but to believe that. I've seen more proof of science being, the basis of everything than God being the basis of everything.
Have you seen love?
Yeah, I have a beautiful girlfriend, and I feel like love is a true feeling. And, some people say it's chemicals in the brain, but it probably is. But I think, you got to choose to live a little bit,
Yeah, that's true. Do you, have you ever seen gravity?
I see it every day. I see things fall to gravity,
Yeah, gravity, like, if I throw a rock and it falls back on my head, it's going to hurt.
That's true. I've seen that.
But have you seen the thing, the gravity?
Like the pull of gravity. I've seen things fall. I'm confused on the question.
No, just like the thing that's pulling at the rock. Have you seen that thing?
I can't say I've seen it, I guess.
But you believe it.
Sure, I believe it. I believe that mass attracts other mass just because I've seen proofs from it. I've read it in the textbooks. Obviously I can't prove it. I'm human, but maybe one day I'll be the person to prove it. Who knows? Anyone could prove it one day.
That's so true. But so what if I denied the existence of gravity just because I can't see it, and I went on top of that big old building over there and flap my arms, try to fly because gravity doesn't exist because I can't see it. You're a crazy college guy who's telling me gravity exists, and I jump off and I die because I didn't believe in gravity. What would you say to me?
I'd say that that's crazy. You can't jump off a building just because you don't see gravity. You can see the cause and effect of you jumping off a building or throwing a rock off a building, and you see it's going to come down and crash. Just because you didn't personally see gravity doesn't mean it doesn't exist, And if you're bringing this point back to God, I feel like, I haven't seen God, but I also haven't seen many other things I believe in. I can't just believe everything I haven't seen before, I can't believe in everything. And so I just choose to believe in gravity because what I've seen, it makes sense to me. It aligns with what I've learned, everything like that. But God has not aligned with everything that I've learned. And not that being said, I still believe it's perfectly good and well to believe in God. I believe that anyone has the right to do that. It's a great way to explain what happened before everything, where everything came from. But for me personally, I stand by the point until I've been proven wrong. I can't prove the science, but from what I've read, what I've seen, it's more realistic to my standpoint than what God is.
Why can't you prove it?
I've never seen visions. I've never talked to God. I've been very fortunate. I have a great family. I have everything like that. So I believe good things happen, but I do not believe the reason behind that is because God is creating everything.
Mm-hmm. So you would take the position that, I'm going to switch arms here. You would take the position that we are It sounds harsh, but meat puppets.
Sure, I would take the position if that's what you're asking. If we are just here, we've just been put here, no one's put us here, we're just here. We live, we die, nothing happens. Sure, I would take that position if that's what you're asking. You know.
So, what happens after you die from a scientific, from where you're at? What happens to someone after they die?
Well, after you die, your heart stops pumping, oxygen can't make it to your brain, and you lose consciousness forever. You're not alive anymore. You just kind of turn into matter, which is what we are always, but the neurons in our brain just aren't firing anymore. You're dead. So do I know what happens after we die? No, I have no clue, and I would love to see what happens. I would love to know what happens at the afterlife, but I just never seen that. So I choose not to believe it, but I choose to have an open mind about it. If I ever see proof that comes out, or if I see anything that will change my mind, then I'll let that be. But for now, I just stick by the standpoint that there's nothing after life. It's not eternal nothingness, because we don't know. It's just there's nothing there. It's kind of hard to.
So kind of like a void of something. It's not that, yeah, like a void of something, right? A void of just there's no afterlife. You stop. You don't exist.
Yeah, I'd say there's no void. There's no thing. It's really hard to think about because there's always something, right? But I feel like after you die, it's just nothing, I have no clue what happens, but from my standpoint, I just imagine one day the lights go out. You don't know they go out. It's just like falling asleep. You don't know you're asleep till you wake up.
Does that startle or scare you at all?
Yeah, sure it does. I would hate to. There would be no reason if I died, then I wouldn't know I'm dead, right? But I love my life, so I would hate it if that's how it is. If there's an afterlife, I would love it for that to be the possibility. But just in my personal opinion, I feel like there's not.
Would you like to be a human or a person like you are now forever?
I can't say I would love to be alive forever. It just, movies, everything you've seen is just like, yeah, if you live forever, you're going to outlive the earth, outlive the sun, everything's going to explode, everyone you love is going to die, I wouldn't want to live forever, no.
If Christianity was true, so I'm a Christian, and if Christianity was true, and you're an atheist, if Christianity was true, would you want to know?
I would love to know. If Christianity was true and someone came to me with concrete evidence, not just nothing comes from what or whatever, I believe that's a good thought, but I don't believe that's proof. But if someone came to me with concrete evidence that God was real, if someone came to me and told me that, then I feel I would have no choice but to believe that. If I saw a vision, or if I had some sort of divine intervention that happened to me personally, then I would, of course.
Well, that didn't happen with atheism, and you believe it?
That is true, but it didn't happen with any other religion either. So I just choose, there's so many out there to choose. Why would I choose Christianity? So at this point in my life, I don't feel any divine thing has ever affected me, so I'm just gonna continue on the standpoint that it's not the truth.
Have you ever read the most best-selling book in the world?
If you're referring to the Bible, I've not read the book. Some people may call me a hypocrite. I haven't read the book, so therefore I can't talk about it. But I haven't read it. So
you totally can, because you have a belief, you have a worldview, you have a faith, and you can totally, if you believe that to be objectively true, you can say that other truth claims are false, correct?
Hold on one sec, my sister's texting.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Sister's waiting for me. But no. I'll definitely answer that question.
Real quick. Oh yeah, for sure. And I want to give you, and I know I won't change your mind, but would you take a Gospel of John? It's the $1 million bill, because it's worth more than $1 million.
Well, if you're giving this to me,
I am.
that I read this, I'll tell you right now, I probably will not read this. I have so many things I have to get to. I'm not
No worries.
saying this isn't important, but if this costs you money or anything, I would.
No worries. No. It's all for you. It's for you. But aren't you curious? Aren't you curious? Here's the claims of Christianity. We believe, and there are many things like Muslim, like Muhammad, and many men who have made claims based on the Bible that contradict the Bible. Mormons, I'd say, as well. Many people have. Now, if it's true that you can actually one day be free of sin, be free of death, and be saved from death, and actually, if you could know the one who created you, and if you could be a man forever, a perfect man, without pain, without suffering, without death, if you could know God and be forgiven of all guilt, would you want to know?
Well, if the question is, would I want to know God exists? Would I want to be forgiven of all my sin, of all that? Yeah, I mean, of course. But just at this point in my life, I don't feel like that's a possibility or anything like that. So I'm just gonna continue on my life with my values of just being the best person I am. You know, I'm not Christian, but I feel that kindness and all that is still necessary. You know, I feel that you can still be good even though there's no divine reason to be good. I feel like it's just, you know, we're here on this planet. You know, we're all gonna die one day. Might as well just live your best life. So that's what I feel. But I really have to go, man.
No worries, man. I'm so glad that we talked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem. It was nice meeting you.
Peacing out in the end.